The Pharisees never dreamt of it, but they heard it and experienced it very clearly. What is it? They wanted to trap Jesus, and the way they approached Jesus in a very subtle way was asking Jesus to give a one-word answer. And what is that? They asked him, should we pay taxes to Caesar or not? The answer is very obvious. Either say yes or no. And they never dreamt that there could be another answer. But Jesus, with great wisdom, he gave them a different kind of an answer which silenced them. He said, bring a coin to me. And he asked, what do you see? What is the image you see on that coin? And they said, it is Caesar's. Okay. Render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and render unto God what belongs to God. They never dreamt of an answer like that. My friends, today we are struggling through similar situations where we don't know where our priorities are when it comes to the state and also when it comes to God. We must understand that God expects us to live in this world within human kingdoms, human states, and there we are required to obey the law of the country, to live, to be a blessing to that country, and also to take note of what the country needs and be committed for it. We have to render unto Caesar. Now in this coin, it's the state symbol that we have. Render unto your state what belongs to the state. And so, you know what it is. But when Jesus said, render unto God what belongs to God, he was never asked for a coin. But he spoke to them directly and said, render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. The coin symbolizes that there are things that belong to Caesar, you give it to him. But render unto God what belongs to God. What is it that God owns in our lives? My friends, never forget that God's image is in us. You and I were created in God's image. And it is a sign to say that we belong to God. Coins belong to the state, but the human being, the man created in God's image, belongs to God. Don't get the two mixed up. My friends, when we say that we are created in God's image, we must realize that it is for the purposes of God. God takes priority in our lives when it comes to the matters of God. And no one can bargain on it. No one can negotiate on it. Our obedience, our service, and also our worship is to God and God alone, and not to a human being or a state or a ruler. Keep that very clear in mind, because Jesus came to establish the kingdom of God in people's lives. It is established in our hearts. It is established in our lives because we belong to God. The coin belongs to the state. Obedience to the law of the country belongs to the state, and we need to adhere to it. But our lives the very breath that we have, the very life that we live in this world, belongs to God and God alone. And you must be willing to serve that God. Consider Him as the priority, the first person to whom you belong and whom you should serve and follow. So, the Pharisees never dreamt that they could go away without being able to trap Jesus, because they thought, now we got him. Either he has to say yes or no, and we are going to do the works after that. But Jesus gave a different answer, which really hit them hard. And it must hit hard you and also me. Because our lives belong to God. And our lives must serve Him, worship Him, and be given to Him and Him alone. That is what Jesus did on the cross. He belonged to God. He said, give to Caesar what has to be given to Caesar. But give to God what belongs to God. And God demanded His life to be sacrificed on a cross. And Jesus joyfully, sacrificially gave His life. And the same He expects from you and me. May God bless you.